NSF OIG Work Plan, typically issued once per year. Some highlights of them are the NSF review of subaward management and spending. And this is actually one that's been on the list for a couple of years now. So it continues to be a hot topic, as well as just overall review of NSF award recipients and their management of programs, as well as compliance with the Federal Information Security and Modernization Act of 2014. And so, what does security look like and how are institutions able to comply with that? Review of compliance with Payment Integrity Information Act of 2019, purchase card risk assessments. I think, Jeff, P cards have been a hot topic for how many years now? I don't know.
Right.
As long as I can remember, P cards have been a challenge for folks. So just know.
And they're looking at the P cards as used by the NSF. They're not looking at our P cards on that one.
Yeah, and then review of NSF's financial statements. So here are a couple of the highlights for what the OIGs are looking at, and we encourage you to continue to keep pace and keep on top of what's happening in the OIG work plans. Anything
Yeah.
else, Jeff, that you would add?
Yeah, just remember that the IGs are looking at, not just people who receive money from the agencies, but they're looking at the agencies themselves.
That's right.
So, not just how we would handle an awards. When they're looking at closeout, for example, they could be looking at how they're closing out internally. But it's important for us to know some of the things they're doing internally, because if they look at closeouts internally and say, oh, we always have it always takes too long because the grantees are so slow in getting their final financial reports in. That then turns around into, next cycle, potentially an audit of submission of financial reports by grantees, or a new rule by the agency that says that says that they have to look, we're cracking down on submission of FFRs or something like that. I can absolutely walk from a IG work plan item in many cases to a new regulation or a new requirement, if not a regulation. And
Yeah.
one that we're facing at our institution now that just sort of came out of the blue, was because that they, 2 years before, they had looked at inside the agency to the fact that agency wasn't doing things well enough.